What is the process for filing a VAWA self-petition? So the process has recently changed. In the past, it used to be that you could apply for a VAWA, it could be approved without an interview. Now the government is changing this and has started interviewing folks on the VAWA. So let me go through the whole process as it stands currently. Of course, this can change, but as the process stands currently, you file the VAWA self-petition along with your evidence of abuse, that you are in a real marriage, and that you shared a residence with your abusive spouse. So this is what you need to submit to the government with your VAWA application. Many people also qualify for a green card, so you can submit that at the same time if you are eligible to do that. Not everyone is eligible to do that, so it's important to note. Once the application is filed, you will get receipt notices, a prima facie determination, which is basically like a pre-approval of the case. It says the government essentially reviews your application and the evidence that you submitted, and it says you have everything on its face to be approvable, but of course they're going to look into it more. They're going to run some more background checks, right, and make sure that what you're submitting is consistent with maybe what had been previously submitted by you in terms of, other applications like asylum or even a marriage-based application. So they're going to do that, but the prima facie is the next step after you receive the receipt notice. You'll get biometrics completed, so you'll get fingerprinted, which should be a fairly fast appointment. There are ICE agents at some fingerprinting locations these days, so we want you to be careful about that, and we will provide advice on whether you should go, when you should go, and we can give you up-to-date information as best as we have it at that time. Most applications will require biometrics, so you will need to go at some point to complete biometrics. And then if you've applied for a green card, you'll see work authorization and travel authorization. Our recommendation for all VAWA applicants is do not travel right now, right? Do not travel internationally right now. There's also a risk of domestic travel, as we have heard that ICE agents are in airports. So we advise all our clients applying for a VAWA and a green card, do not travel domestically or internationally right now. There is a risk you will not be able to return. And there could be also a risk of detention if you are in an airport. So keep that in mind while you're making your travel plans. I know it's hard to be separated from family, but please keep that in mind when you're making these travel plans. Okay. So you'll receive work authorization, travel authorization as well. It's good to have it. It's free. So we just apply for it. Again, do not recommend travel at this point in the journey. And then after work and travel, you might get a request for evidence. So we will submit a response to the request for evidence. The government might decide they want more evidence on one element of the case or another element of the case, or maybe even all of them. So we would want to gather additional evidence like affidavits, maybe a psychologist report, and submit that as well. And after that, you could be scheduled for an interview. So this is a significant change in the process. You could be scheduled for an interview on the VAWA and the green card, right? Or your VAWA could be approved and you're only scheduled for an interview on the green card portion. Or in some cases, for many of our clients, no interview at all. VAWA, green card is approved without interview. So it is a little bit difficult to tell which cases will be called for an interview, which cases won't, which cases will have a VAWA approved. But these are all three possibilities right now. And then hopefully if your green card is approved at interview or without, you should expect it in the mail, usually within a few weeks of the interview. Okay, so that